Welcome back, guys. So today it's time to get this body off that frame. So I've got all the stuff taken care of, the little body bolts and stuff. All these have been undone, some broke off, so I'll have to address that in the future. I got the steering column out, undone from the steering box here. I think that's about it. There was some brake lines that I did in the rear too. Had to get those undone under the car. So everything should pretty much be good to go. So the plan is, I gotta raise the car up, just the body itself off the frame, and then I'm gonna slide these big old 4x4s or 6x6, 4x4, whatever they are. I'm gonna slide those between the frame and the body. And then I have these little pieces over here that I'm just gonna sit kind of like that, if that makes sense. So the little, what do you call them? The seam or the pinch welds of the body can sit like right here off to the side, and then this will support the weight of the body without affecting those seams or pinch welds, whatever you call them. I can't remember what they're called. But they hang down a little bit. So this guy here, so this line that runs all the way around, I don't want to, you know, set the body on this and then just have that fold under or over. So that's my plan, to alleviate that. And then I have the dollies here because I'm going to take the wheels off at some point. I believe pretty close here in the future. When I start, I'm going to get the front wheels off, lower the frame down, kind of while I'm jacking this up. I'll have something under here, like a piece of wood under right there, maybe a foot back from where my hand is. Just somewhere strong on the body where I can lift it up with the jack. Let this come down, slide the wood in there, get the jack stands under the wood, and then I'll have to jack it up a little bit on each side, I'm sure, to get it right. And then eventually what I can do, or should be able to do, is just slide the frame out to the side this way, you know, while maneuvering the jack and the jack stands and stuff, and pretty much just slide it out from the side. It's going to be a lot of work without a lift or a hoist or anything, which I thought about getting, but it's just so expensive. And we'll see. As long as you got, a 2-car garage, I think you could do this yourself. My shop isn't huge. I mean, you can see it's just kind of like almost like a 2-3-car garage size, maybe 3-car. That's probably a good almost 2-car right there. But anyway, so that's the plan. And pretty much going to time lapse a lot of this, so you probably see a lot of time lapse in this video, and if there's anything I need to stop and explain, I will do just that. So let's get going here. Okay, so I just wanted to show you exactly what I was talking about with those little seams. So let's see. So you can see the seam there on the right here, running back, and then I have this piece of wood on the outside supporting the body. And I did it lengthwise like that just to give me a little more area. Not exactly sure how well that translates. I mean, it sounds good in my mind, but I think it'll be fine. And then I just have the exact same thing over here, just off to the side of the little seam there. And I'll do the exact same thing in the back, just in front of the rear tires here. This, it gets kind of tricky back here because I don't know if you can see it, but the frame there kind of kicks up to hump over the rear wheels and the axle. So I have to be a little farther forward than I would like to clear that hump. Otherwise, the wood's just sitting all cattywampus. So pretty much going to try the same strategy on the back. See if I can get the jack under there first while it's a little higher with the wheels. Get the wheels off, drop it down, jack it back up. Pretty much the same process I did on the front. and then we'll get to jimmy in with the jacks and the jack stands. So here we go. Just wanted to take a minute to show you guys what I'm using to actually jack the body up. There's like these factory, I don't know if you call them cross members, but they kind of are for the body. So there's one right there. That's the one I use to jack up the front. You can see it. That's basically that cross member I put my jack and my boards on. And then there's one in the middle and then the one in the back here. That one I will use to do the back. Assume the vast majority of these cars are similar and they should have something similar, but that seems to be a pretty strong point to where I'm not getting a lot of deflection or anything in the body. So I just wanted to give you guys a heads up on that. Okay, so we basically got the frame just barely, the body barely separated from the frame, sitting on jack stands now. I wanted to get out from under the car because it was getting a little sketchy. I mean, I know I'm protected. That's why I got all the way under it, because I know it'll never go lower than, you know, the body and what it was. So I had more room under there. You know, in the tunnel up there, you can see there's just way more room under it than trying to squeeze under these rails. So that was why I did that, but I could see that the body was starting to slide forward when I was jacking the back of the body up, if that makes sense. So it was starting to slide towards the front of the car, and I was like, slide off the jack. And that's probably not a good look, so I just got it high enough to where I was comfortable to get it off. And then I'll come around and then I'll just hit each of these corners individually with the jack. I mean, it's gonna take forever, but I think that's the smarter, safer way to do it. So yeah, these will probably stay where they're at, and then I place these way out because I'm gonna have to pull the frame out once I get it clear of the vehicle, or the body. You know, I'll start sliding the frame out towards me where I'm standing with the camera here. And then I'll have to reposition the jacks inside, slide the frame some more, reposition the jack stands, and then we should be able to slide it all the way out. But that rear suspension pushes the frame up in the back. I mean, you can see there's hardly any room in there, because the suspension just kind of unloads. Whereas in the front, you've got daylight, you know, under the frame, so you can see that over there. But so yeah, I gotta get the back up a little higher, and then I'll get the front up a little higher just to keep it level, and then we should be able to start moving this thing out. So here we go. Okay, so check it out. Got the frame out from under the GTO, lovingly referred to as Gina, and you can see there is some issues here. So it's been, I'm guessing that should be straight. And I also noticed, I'm not sure if you can see it on camera, but there's a slight kink in that frame rail there. Like, as opposed to being straight, it kind of bows in and then bows back out right in the middle. pretty close to the middle. Right about here, where my foot is. I'm not sure if you guys can see that on camera or not. But it bows in a little bit, so I need to get that straightened out. And I think what I can do back here is just cut this out, and I think they sell a replacement for like 150 bucks. Grind it, weld it in, everything's good to go. Everything else looks pretty straight. And it's not horrible. I mean, outside of just being rusty and nasty. But yeah, I mean, all these lines I'm gonna have to redo. I don't want to use any of the original like brake lines and stuff, so I'm gonna pull all that off. I need to pull the suspension, the rear end, and then I'm gonna have to sandblast the frame. And I think it's better to do that all apart. And I'm gonna have to take it all apart anyway, just to I think to get to every little nook and cranny, if you will, with my little sandblaster. Sorry. It looks like that thing had bags in it. Interesting. See that? An airbag of some sort. Same thing over here with the little spacers. I wonder when that was installed, because that thing looks cooked. Man. Alright. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna have to redo that. This looks like a fitting of some sort that's plastic, so I think if I do end up reusing that rear end, which I'm probably not going to, I think I'm going to put a Ford 9-inch in here just for ease of operation and strength, and the power that this car is eventually going to be making. Might take me a while to get there, but should be making quite a bit of power. Oh, and this one here too I wanted to show you. So let me show you the good one first, the lower control arm. So you can see this guy here looks pretty good. Relatively straight, looks like a control arm, right? So look at this one over here on the driver's side. See how that's like buckled? I think you can see that. Even just looking at it from the top, you can see how jacked up it looks. See how it's like bowed out right here where my finger is? So I'm guessing that's from the rear end crunch. And then you look at the good one over here from the top, you can see it's just a straight rectangle pretty much, you know, open on the bottom obviously, but you get the picture. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do next, is just, I think I'm gonna get my scraper and go to it with that. Then I may hit it with the wire wheel, and then eventually I'll probably move to sandblasting, but that's where we're at. Pull the lines off, clean it up. I'm not sure if I can straighten this out myself. I mean, it's noticeable, but not really. That's the kind of weird part. So I'm pretty sure it needs to be addressed. It's just, I'm not sure how I want to do that. You know, if it's something I can kind of straighten on my own, I'd rather do that as opposed to loading it up and taking it to a shop and, you know, waiting a month for them to do it and blah, blah, blah. And even this thing, I think I can take care of back here by myself. This thing's a little tweaked too, but I think I can massage that enough once I get the new piece. But we'll see. And there's some other little stuff. I mean, you can see right here some cancer there. It's not perfect, and it's really thin. It's a lot thinner than I thought it would be, but you know, it's boxed in sections. I mean, just for a heads up, this is my first time ever doing anything like this, so I'm learning, you know, right along, or you guys are learning right along with me. Or maybe if you know, you can throw some comments down there to help me out. Maybe something I'm missing or a better way to do things. You let me know, because this is my first time. So yeah, next steps: cleaning, sandblasting, straightening. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. I really need to push on the subscribers, because that's the thing that's going to help this channel grow, is building subscribers. We're actually getting pretty good views, so thank you for that. Thank you for the comments, the likes, the engagements. But I'd love to get more subscribers, so if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. That's the biggest thing you can do to help us out. And as always, thanks for watching.